Hi, it's Mark from TLR. I'm here with my good friend Darrell Ross. He's a business coach in Vancouver, and he's I don't know, an expert worldwide networker. And he's come up with something today, quote wisdom. What are you talking about here, Darrell?
Quote wisdom. Well, I like quotes. I think there's a lot of wisdom in short quotes, and there's certain people that I think always have really good ones. And I was reminded of a classic today because I was fortunate to be on a call, a Zoom introduction to Dr. Tracy Tremendous Jones, and she is the daughter of Charlie Tremendous Jones, who was one of those preeminent speakers back in the 80s and 90s. And he had a famous quote, still quoted often, is "You will be the same person in 5 years as you are today, except for the people you meet and the books you read." And I thought, how true is that? It's so easy for us to spend our time being busy, doing things, whatever it is, and then we need our downtime, right? And so we go on Netflix or something like that, or Facebook or TikTok, and the hours can just go by. And if a portion of that time was spent reading books on leadership or sales or whatever it is that you could use to educate yourself, we could all become experts in something. Amazing what a difference that would make. And so on the books to read side, obviously, just a little reminder that we all have the same 24 hours. So, we could definitely portion a bit of that out. And I find these days, I don't know about you, but there's so much available online. So, this quote was probably from the 70s or 80s, right? When we didn't have access to all this stuff online. So it could be obviously something that you read online that's educational as opposed to simply entertainment. But there's just unbelievable amounts of great content there that one could consume to improve in essentially any area of your life that you want it to. It's all right there. And then the other part of it is, except for the people you meet, again, very key. And these are some challenging times in terms of meeting people in person, but there's definitely opportunities to be meeting people and still be introduced to people online through Zoom, Facebook Live, whatever you want to use. So it's just, encapsulated that in one thing that really is true, because when you look around at, I think it was Tim Rohn also used to talk about that a lot. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Maybe you need to meet some new people, or definitely continue to be meeting people and rounding out that experience.
Absolutely. So you're pretty steady at meeting new people. I don't know what your reading habits are like, but I know for sure that every week you're reaching out and connecting with new people. Do you have a system that you use for that?
I do. So if for brand new people, it's primarily on LinkedIn. And there's that initial meeting. Either they reach out to me or I reach out to them. But then I'll actually send a follow-up gift. And that actually is a speaker. It's a 16-minute clip on, which I really like. It's on handshakes, kind of reading body language and presentation skills. And so my feeling is anyone who's in a leadership or sales position gets value out of it. And it's not me flogging something. So based on sort of the openness to receive that or comment on that or whatever, then I'll just make a suggestion like, I'd love to have a quick phone call or a quick Zoom meeting where we can get to know each other a little bit, outside of the stuff that we've just written in our LinkedIn profile or what I could find on the website. And I find people are quite open to those sorts of conversations. And it's amazing how much you can get to learn about someone in 15 minutes and just get that feeling as to whether or not you would actually recommend them to other people or want to take that further. And I'm actually finding that a lot of people are opting for Zoom, even as a first contact, which a year ago that wouldn't have happened. People would prefer to go on the phone first. So the tool is there, and that's very useful.
Well, as much as there's Zoom fatigue, there's probably a whole changing of the guard of how we're going to do business in the future, because let's face it, this isn't over for a while. Mm-hmm. Certainly not until probably August ending, supposedly, whatever that looks like. Yeah. But then how many people are actually going to go back to an office? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's going to be a fraction of what it was prior to this.
Yeah.
So pretty big changes. And those of us who are on Zoom all the time might have a slight advantage. Mm-hmm. I don't know. or more comfort level at least. Anyway,
Yeah.
so if you need some help with your business in Vancouver, your small business, morebusinessmorelifenow.com, or email Darrell at morebusinessmorelifenow.com. You can give him a call. You can actually talk to him on the phone. 604-218-4702 or Zoom. He loves Zoom. He's on Zoom all the time. Or if you want to up your networking game, give him a call and talk about that, because he's got a very, very high-end networking group that he runs in Vancouver, Corporate Connections. Thanks, Darrell.
Thanks, Mark.